Okay, here we go. Notes over there, won't need them for a while. So last time I was playing this game, I got to a point where there was a boss I didn't really want to fight at the time. And then I looked up what some of the kind of mini-gamey things in this game do. And one of them involves beating up a kid 100 times. So here I am saved in this factory. If I go up there, I'll fight Juji, whose name is written on the floor here. But I'm not going to go up there. I'm going to go back down. Yep, I'm doing the 100 battle grind. So what happens is I beat up a kid 100 times in a row. That is what I'm about to do. I'm trying to remember... Oh, actually there's an efficient way out of this place. Just go down here and follow this. Oh yeah, I gotta... I forget how to control this game. Here we go. Go down a pipe. But what I found out is that you can do it now, and it's really easy. If you want to do it at the end of the game, the kid will get more powerful, and it'll be much harder to do. So, we're going to do it now. I don't think I'm even going to use the item you get from it. I just want to see what it's like and try it out. And I could not find a single video on the internet showing us how to do, or like showing us what that is like. So it should take, I don't know, maybe 100 minutes. They're not long battles. We can start timing it later if you like, but right now I just need to get out of this place. Oh, right. It's over here. So I have a list of things that I want to try out, but I'm just going to do this grind first so that this becomes a very skippable episode. We already did the egg fight over there. Go back down to the bottom. And actually, I think there's a flower that will shortcut me out of here too. Just need a little ice sap here, and then get in the flower. Which is nice. Just gonna bop these things a bit. All they had was money. Worthless money. Okay. So it was really a quick shot back to the kid here. I'm gonna go to the lab and save. So it won't take me long to get back there once we're done. Actually, I forgot. I wanted to change my window color because I can. going purple. Wait, did that? Yeah, it did. So... Oh, and then there was also the one other thing over here. The Grandpa's Story grind. So I just looked up if there's an end to this game, and it's basically after 10 times you should have 3 capsules. So let me just get out my notes on his stories. And by get out my notes, I mean get out someone else's notes from GameFAQs, because they're more complete than mine. And his stories, he's kind of a liar. Some of his stories just don't add up. So... just gonna go by the guide. Okay, so... Live dictionary story. Okay. Actually, this story I have good notes on. There's just a couple that the answers don't really add up. Oh, that one I actually remember. I think you went to Fogna 27 times. This actually is in my notes. Somewhere. Yeah, 27 times. I still remember these from yesterday. So you can't pause this text. You can make it slower, though. Who doesn't write? I think his younger son, but... yeah. She's 5. Okay, this one I could have done... because I know this story, too. She was bad at cooking. You laugh with ha ha ha. Alright, so I should get another capsule now. Nice. So I should have to do this 2 more times, I think, or maybe 3. Yeah, this one I had notes on, but 2 men trapped, followed by 5 men trapped, followed by 4 men trapped. Sarge, another man, and I were left. Right? But... so that's 5 plus 4 plus 2. So 11 men were trapped, plus 3 more, right? 12, 13, 14? However, the answer is 15. Second time is chest deep. Waist deep, chest deep, neck deep. There's 3 times. So the answer to this is 15, and that bothers me, because I count 14 by his story. I've, like, checked that a couple times. Okay, so this one was annoying. I actually wrote everything down. There's only a couple things that he actually asks you about, but... So on the pancake was honey, if I recall, but... pull this one up. Healthy meal eating contest. Yes. Pancake had honey. The pie was apricot. Apricot pie? Ah, the long trip. Oh yes, the three animals, the cow Jane, the dog Joan, the cat June, and the bird something else. And an egg eat grass somehow. And a house greeted us. So what did the egg eat? Grass. A world with no joke. I assume that's a dull place, but I don't think that was in the story, was it? So he says everything was correct. I think there were 14 people in his soldier story, so I dispute that. That's sort of the thing. I did enjoy it for like, I don't know, I probably did spend half an hour on it yesterday. And actually I remember quite a bit of it still. But the thing is, you need to do this, I think, 10 times to get all the real rewards. Can you just retry? Yeah, but I mean, it'll be another 3 stories. It's 3 different stories each time. There's about like 10 stories. Oh, this one I've never like. I have some notes about this, but there are just so many kids to keep track of. Yeah, the age difference thing, I don't know if we even have enough information to work that out from that story. Um, 8 siblings. 7 years. The girls were the 3rd oldest child? I thought I said 2nd oldest and it was correct last time. I think it was 6 between the 2nd oldest and the youngest, or something like that. Yeah, it was, Do you know my nickname? See, he never says a nickname in this one, right? Like, some of these things just come out of nowhere. I'm gonna guess his nickname is Grandpa the Liar, but... Oh, the correct answer is to say, I don't know. I mean, that's cruel. He did say his friend was lazy. So this is when he tells you his kid's age. Frey's age was 62, I recall. Fogna breeding. See, he doesn't talk about that in this story. That was an event that happened in the game. And I believe it's going to be 3 weeks, because I've tried... three months, but... Where are the answers to this one? When did the breeding start? Oh, 3 weeks ago. Okay, so it was 3 weeks. So hopefully the next one is another capsule. Yeah, this one he tells you a bunch of details and then he tells you, oh, no, it's really a different thing. Which is funny, but... Oh no! I pressed the wrong one. That doesn't matter. Anything else I write. The other thing is it rearranges like the order of the answers every time. So you have to look. And that one, I don't know, I just mistook C for G. So unless this story had something about another man turning back... Or if he's like not counting... 11 people were trapped. So this one is just hard to write down all the details as they're going by. But the thing is, he only asks you 4 questions about each story. So you can write down the question and look for that specific detail next time. Puddings. I think it's 13. I'll just verify here. Yeah. 13 extra large puddings. That's what I wrote in my notes. How many children? 5 children. Oh. Okay, so I've done it 1, 2, 3... I don't know how many times I've done it. But I'm due 1 more capsule, I believe. I think you get it on the 10th time. So this is the siblings, the 8 siblings. Who was the youngest? Tim was the youngest. Who was the friend my age? Ooh. Kim. Come. The 15th was God? Maybe. Fogna's original name, Ancient Ruin. Like that, I don't think is even established. I think that's just a... Wait, why is he giving me this? Like, he throws this into the middle sometimes. Oh wait, no, this is one of the stories. Okay. More money. Oh, this one also doesn't add up to me. Merchant, 7 eggs, 3 pieces of luggage each, 6 birds each in the luggage. And then they each have a wife and 2 children. And they're saying the answer is 155, which does not add up for me. No, I'm not listening. I've heard this story before. I missed one question, so which one did I miss? Oh yeah, so this one I did work out. So he was planning to spend $7 on a ribbon. He lent out 5, and then he got back some amount. But he was too short for the ribbon, which meant he got 3 back because he was planning to spend 7. And then he found an egg on discount, or an egg toy on discount or something. It was 1 less than what he had, which was 5. So the egg toy was 4. So you have to work out that Mick gave him back 3, because he doesn't say that directly. I think Raph borrowed 1, but... No, Raph was one of those that borrowed 2. So he might ask you how much the toy cost, which was 4. Yay! So I believe from here on, it'll just be money. Oh, yeah, I was looking at my... Okay. So, I just raised my defense slightly, and earlier I got a mind capsule from him. And before I got the attack capsule. So we'll save, and then we'll start beating up the kid. Just gonna take a while. I don't need this anymore. Oh, the other thing you can keep trying is these things up here. I might show them as well. Or actually, you know what, I'll do those later, because I think they're more consequential. But there's many games you can unlock. How much money do I have? 575. Okay. Doesn't matter. Alright. Here we go. I get my timing back. 3 punches. So you can time this cycle if you want to find out how long it's going to be. But we got to get those wins up to 100. Actually, apologies, I just want to make sure. Okay, we're on fast. I never think I'm on fast because the regular speed of text is so slow in this game anyway. Lucky's here to get beaten up again. Ah. Oh, he's got a stomach ache. Is that his excuse? Well, there's 5 down. 90 more to go. He's starting to repeat himself. I've seen that one before. I do appreciate that he has a bunch of different things to say. Oop. So, I'm not opposed to this as a thing to do, except 100 is a really high number, and there's no indication that this is even a thing that you can do. Like, he gives you nothing until the 100th time in a row that you beat him. Like, if he beats you once, it resets, as far as I know. Come get me. So it's not a sequence of things he says, it's randomized, isn't it? And just who would use this spear? I don't remember how Mario is missing his blade. I know you have to, like, find objects. You spelled spear correctly, though. Why did you write spear again? Now I'm confused. Today's fortune is the worst. Oh, gladiator's spear. I see. I missed the typo that you were correcting. Mario is Missing is a Software Toolworks game, isn't it? I appreciate them a lot for Life and Death, which I guess I have the currently undisputed world record in. And I shouldn't. You should be able to do that faster, but nobody has wanted to. Well, one person tried, but they didn't finish. They didn't get a successful run. And I don't blame them, it's a hard game to learn. But it feels like something that should be of interest to certain types of speedrunners. But then again, I'm not interested in ever running it again. But I don't really like speedrunning. I just do it now and then when I think it'll be fun. Lucky's very enthusiastic. I guess so am I. Enthusiastic about beating him. But apparently, like, if you beat the boss I was about to face, he kind of levels up. And then he's harder to fight, and then he levels up more later in the game. I don't know how many times it happens, but the guide was saying, if you're going to do this, do it now. Before you beat up that boss. Because you'll get tougher. Sometimes there's games like that where If you wanted to speedrun it, it would be entirely about the random seed you get. I thought it was interesting that the Star Tropics speedrun community decided that they could call time before the last boss. Because it was just something that's completely random in the last boss, which could randomly either shorten the time or not, but kind of invalidates the whole rest of the run at the world record level if you don't get the right roll. But there are other games where things like that are embraced and just accepted. The game's the game. Okay, that's a quarter of the way there. I'm gonna go save. Oops. Wanted to go to the lab. Lab's over here. So, here we go. Second quarter begins now. He's so hopeful. Like, if they had structured this as he gets harder after every couple of fights, or even if it gets harder every time you beat him, that would make more sense. Like, and then he beats you and he resets or something like that. That would make a lot more sense, but they also don't have, like, structured rewards from... It would probably make more sense if he dropped, like, capsules and just incrementally leveled you up a little bit, instead of... Basically, it's an Easter egg. If you figure out that 100 in a row does something, and what it does is it kind of a game-breaking object, as far as I know, because it removes the energy drain from spinning, so you could just spin forever. Let's do it with spirit. I've been wondering whether he'll, like, gradually wear down my health at all, but I don't think he's getting a hit in very often at all. You made an MIRC script to simulate Mario's time machine? All right. Finished my snack. Do you actually still have this Merc script or something? I remember there was a really good, I guess it was like a sketch show, but there's a really good sketch on it. I forget what it's called exactly. It's something like Chris McGann's World. Like G-A-H-A-N, I think. And he does like just some history of, I don't know if it was a history of music or a history of Bach or something, and it just gets like so absurd. Like everything is completely um silly about like all the facts they're saying, but also his like desk turns upside down and stuff. It gets weird. But it's quite funny. I should really look it up and then post it on YouTube or something because it's worth remembering, seeing again. Okay, about a third done now. Or maybe something like Chris McGann's World of Facts or World of, I don't know, something. Let's do it with Spirit. It occurs to me I could listen to other music while doing this. I could turn the sound off. Put something else on, but I don't think I'll bother. I'll take my headphones off and stop listening to it, though. I guess you don't have that option. Maybe unfair. So it's not the music that's bothering me, it's just the wearing headphones. Closed ears. David McGann's Entire World? That could be it. Something McGann. I remember he talked about J.S. Bach in the sketch. That's the only factual or like real person that I remember being mentioned. Chris McGann's World. That might have been the name of the show. And it might have been a sketch about called music or something like that. If I want to view that, I guess I gotta mute my audio for a moment so I don't. Ah. This looks like it could be it. That looks like it might be it. We'll put that on watch later. I'll unmute my audio. I guess it didn't matter because the game wasn't making any audio. Well, it did matter that I muted it, so you didn't get the YouTube, but... Yes, that's probably the thing I was thinking of. $39. Oh yeah, I forgot why I just took off the headphones a moment ago. $41 wins. Improved your skills. Let's do our best. For a guy who's never beaten me, I'm surprised he's telling me that I've improved. Fight seems to go pretty similar all the time. I mean, it is true, I have improved my skills. I think the first time we fought, it might have taken me more than 3 seconds to beat him. That's a good quote. I like it. I do like that form of joke where you're where you suddenly, or by surprise, you treat a photograph as a photograph and not the thing it is a photograph of, like we usually do in some ways. It's a good category of joke. The other thing that really bothers me about this is that I think it's supposed to be a 100 consecutive win thing, and you don't have that. Oh no, it does say consecutive wins. Never mind. I just made up that complaint. I just wasn't reading it anymore. At least it does say how many. $46. Darn. I'm gonna go back and train. I don't think I've seen that one, but yet. Nope, this is fast text speed. Normal is even slower. I don't actually need to switch to normal anymore unless there's another grandpa kind of situation, but I don't think that'll happen anymore. And he said it twice in a row. So that, or what was I looking for? Oh, I wanted to show you. See, it's on fast. In Suikoden, whenever a character says your name, it draws the whole word, like in one frame, but not for other words, just for character names. That's kind of funny. They probably are like one character or one symbol like in the script, in the game script, and I guess it just draws a whole symbol at a time, which in that case gets unpacked. It's probably easier to program that way somehow. Though it'd be nice for speedrunners who want consistency, no matter what name you pick. So you're not forced to name everyone A or K or B or C, like they often do. Have I hit 50 yet? I haven't even been watching the count. This feels so brutal, like he's just beating up this eager kid over and over again. Oh, 51. Okay, I should go save. Just in case. I'd have to really fall asleep at the wheel. But I'm just gonna save. So that was 17 minutes since the last save, but where did I save? Did I save at 25? It does seem to be like less than a minute for each fight. So this isn't taking super long. And honestly, if I wasn't streaming it, it would be nothing. I would actually just watch YouTube or a movie and pass by without too much thought about it. CPU Bach? What's CPU Bach? Is that, is that a Sid Meier thing? I seem to recall reading about that a while ago, but I don't remember the details. I like it when people make up, like, fictional Bach kid names like that, where they just take 3 letters. Because you had CPE Bach. I think that's the only one that actually had 3 letters like that. Or... no, I think there was another Johann. So it was like Johann something Sebastian Bach, so it's like JWS Bach or something like that. But then there was PDQ Bach, which was Peter Schickley. I actually quite like CPE Bach as a composer. And his music's very different than his father's. He's sort of an in-between Baroque and classical composer. And he has a style that's kind of neither. It's kind of like a prototype version of classical. Before people like Haydn and Mozart kind of firmed it up into a thing. Let's do the time warp again. It's just 3 fists to the egg. The kerning, I don't know what your font looks like, but when you wrote P.D.Q. Like the kerning spaces those letters out in very weird ways. I guess it's the P, the kerning on the P, because it brings it in, but now it has much less space than all the other letters, so it kind of squishes it together. I do like how whenever someone mentions egg in this game, it's E dot, G dot, G, like it has dots between all of them. But I think it's a special character in every case, so that it has tight kerning. Because it doesn't really take up extra space. Well, it does that every time except that one time when Grandpa is asking you what he wrote in. Doesn't use the special acronym EGG. It just used 3 capital letters, no periods. Alright, my whiskey's finished now. More than halfway. I've been live for an hour, but I think I wasted the first like 25 minutes. Only if I didn't have a stomachache. That, I think he said the first time I fought him. So he has a unicorn horn. On his egg. And so did Maximum on the 12th floor of the tower, the fog tower. I forget if this town has a name. The ancient ruin is called Fogna. There's a fog tower. There's a metal heaven on top of it. Let him do some damage that time. He's only doing 1 point per hit, I think. Over the edge. Oh, there's a really amazing series called Kunk on whatever, C-U-N-K, with a character called Philomena Kunk. And she does interviews. So she interviews like serious scholars about things and then asks the most hilarious questions of them. I really love it. It's a very good series. And I highly recommend it. I guess it's sort of similar to like, well, I guess Ali G, the Ali G show was like that for a while, but this was kind of more wholesome, I suppose, and more framed like a documentary. And then there was another one called Look Around You, which was a series of kind of absurdist, semi-educational show kind of theme. They were pretty funny. "67 wins. Blizzards are as many in number as they are in quantity? That sounds true. Who said that? Oh. That's another good line. I like it. Is that in the Bach clip, or is that somewhere else? Always gonna go back and train. Well, let's see how well he trains in that 1 second I let him go in there. I have a very nice consecutive win streak. My thumb is still tender from 2 days ago when I played Super Mario Brothers with everything throwing hammers. Everything throwing too many hammers. I won't lose next time. Ooh, that's threatening. How much progress? I'd lose 15 minutes of progress if that happened. Okay, well, you train some more. Oh, I think he said that last time, that he was going to beat me up. Or did he? Did he say this time I was going to win? Can't remember. It's hard to remember so many events in a row. Today's fortune is the worst. I'm gonna beat you up. That he definitely said within the last two, if not the last one. So yeah, these 3D battles really shouldn't be in the game. I don't think they're awful, it's just they take away. Like, you could have done this same battle in 2D and not had to develop all this, like, second version of every thing you can do. And it's just really weird to have, like, critical bosses a couple times throughout the game and then, like, otherwise never have to be in the 3D mode. So you have no practice for it when it actually comes. I don't know. I think Dreamcast was a little bit over that. That was definitely kind of a Sony mandate for a while with the PlayStation 1. But they went back on that after a while. They eventually started letting a lot of people do TV stuff on the PS1 in a way that they didn't in its like first like opening years. N64, hard to say. They didn't have too many third-party developers. So it was really just Nintendo's decision about what they were doing in-house. Oh, I went to 77. Should have saved. Found out how much time it took. Now it's going to be 26 and not 25. 37:54. Okay. So that means 18 minutes to do 26. Oh wait, don't go in there. 17 minutes to do 26. So it's definitely like an hour of grind, I guess. Isn't really horrible, but also it's totally unnecessary. Like, I'm not going to need to do this to beat the game. I'm just doing it to see what it's like when you get the thing. Here again. Yep. Not going away until you give me that thing you've been hiding. Your most prized egg possession. I remember trying to do that and then giving up. Uncursing the cursed shield. I'm not sure how I knew that you could uncurse it. It was kind of weird, like... It wasn't... Like, I knew stuff from magazines sometimes, like obscure things about how to beat games, because I would read everything about every game, because I didn't... wasn't like today when I can download almost anything that ever happened in the past. But I just wanted to know about games that I wasn't playing, couldn't play. You listen to a Fish album while doing it? In particular, I had like one or two friends who knew like rumors and things, who told me a lot of stuff. If I found anything out that was interesting, like I shared it with them and vice versa. But I mean, like I knew stuff, like I knew about the pink tail in Final Fantasy IV, and I don't know how I knew about it. It was just like these obscure bits of trivia about the game got shared around. I got that game used from somebody, I think like a student in one of my dad's classes had it. And like, my dad was a teacher at a high school, so I was still like in elementary or school or whatever, but I guess he talked to his students about video games and stuff, and I don't know, he orchestrated a trade, and I got to borrow the game for a while and then later bought it. But they had a save game on there where they'd been using like an item duplication trick. And so they had like a pile of pink tails and stuff and adamant armor or whatever it is. And so I knew all that stuff existed. And then somebody told me how to do item duplication. And this was all like before internet. I don't know what they did. Did they write it down? They might have written it down on a piece of paper and give me directions, and I followed them and found you could do it, or... I don't know. There was a lot of like weird stuff like that, where information was just shared in very ad hoc ways, and it was kind of neat. And yeah, so Final Fantasy VI, we found the Cursed Shield. We could tell it gave you a curse. I think I might have managed to uncurse it. I can't remember if I actually successfully did it or not. But I learned somewhere that you could uncurse it. And what I was thinking was like, I think I remember reading about some websites about Final Fantasy series, like in a game magazine that didn't really cover a whole lot about Final Fantasy. Like it would mention the games when they came out, it would review them, but it's not like, it felt like RPGs were not a mainstream genre back then, and even video games themselves weren't terribly mainstream to begin with, but RPGs less so than a lot of the other games. So there wasn't a lot of like hints and tip content for RPGs specifically. But I remember at one point they mentioned just some fan sites that were like really well done, and I wrote them down. And then I went to, I don't think I even had the internet. I think I used it at somebody's house. Went to these sites, signed up for a mailing list or something. Learned some stuff about games that were by then like several years old. I don't even have to move forward. I can just wait for him to come to me. Approaching 90 here. So I feel like if I had had this game, if you could transplant it like 10 years earlier, it almost feels like I would have had a friend that told me, like, you can get a thing by beating up this enemy 100 times. And you should do it before you beat this particular boss in the game because he'll level up and it gets harder. Like, I feel like word of that would have gotten to me. I don't know, like, even the first time I played Mario Brothers, like, my friend that had the Nintendo was like, check this out, there's a warp zone, and like showed me the warp zones. I never had a chance to discover that. It was just shown to me. And my friend was excited to show it to me. I enjoyed sharing a secret. A secret I didn't even know the meaning of yet. Is that supposed to be like phrasing as if you have an in-game tutorial now or something? I actually made a YouTube video about the warp zone and how I suspect it was intended to be discovered. But Nintendo Fun Club newsletter. Oh, so that's an actual quote from the Fun Club. I never had Nintendo Power or the Fun Club. I heard about them. I had friends that had them. Actually, that's something I wonder about Zelda. Like, there's so many very out-of-the-way secrets in that game. Like bombing a random wall. Or whatnot. Burning a random tree. And I wondered if a lot of people that loved the game with nostalgia also had Nintendo Power and some sort of guide to get them through it. But when I looked at it a little more, it seemed like most of those things were very inessential to winning the game, so maybe... I don't know, I've never actually played all the way through Zelda 1, and I'm thinking I probably should give it a try. Like, every time I've tried to play it, there was always just... there are a lot of awkward things about Zelda 1. And it's like I could cope with most of the awkward elements individually. But when you put them all together, it's like you can only face 4 directions. You have to walk around. Aligning with squares is weird, and I don't know. There's all these weird things about it. And when you put them all together, I just wasn't having fun playing it every time I've tried. But I think... I don't know. I think I could enjoy it nowadays. Especially with the magic of streaming. Anyway, we've hit 99, so I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna prepare for the final thing. So, we're coming up to the end of the task. And the task is how to get the free spin item in the game. And so what you have to do is come here and you punch this egg and Lucky comes out and you fight him, and you have to do it 100 times in a row without losing. It's really easy, it just takes some time. It's taking me about an hour here. If you level up a little bit before you do it, you'll have higher attack power and you'll just go down to a couple punches. And then you get to 100. And he decides I'm really strong, apparently. I'm his eternal master. We get his most precious treasure for beating him up 100 times. Eco Spinner, that's what it's called. Does not consume energy point effect when spinning. Effective just by wearing it. The EP won't decrease no matter how much you spin. It's a dream item. But there's no end to this fight. I will beat you next time. So, I can now spin, and my health isn't... No, my health is draining. Oh, wait, I haven't equipped the item. Here it is. Oh, let's look at what it says. A permanent spin without consuming EP. This is interesting. If you're still holding the L button, the description doesn't appear. When you release it, it appears. So here we go. Now I can spin forever. And I'll show you what this is like in battle. I'm going to defeat him with infinite spin power. I guess it's not really that impressive, but it's a thing I can do now. So the advice is to do this before you beat the Juji in Metal Heaven. If you haven't gotten to Metal Heaven yet, it's the time to do this, because Lucky will get more powerful later in the game. And that's how to get the Eco Spinner. So, bad example opponent? Yeah, I guess so. So you did it when you were... you played Zelda when you had an evening to kill because you were changing your sleep schedule? Or you were just on a bad sleep schedule by accident? Can I get through up here? Oh wait, no, that's the pub. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the factory and save. And then I will take a short break and resume playing this game the way I was playing it. Because I really just wanted to document what it's like to get the Eco Spinner. I feel I've done this. Oops. I like how these flowers have kind of bloomed around, which... I'm gonna pick that up. I think I need more skill level. But they give me shortcuts. Drop something? To Metal Heaven? Wow, I can just like one hit that now. So it's encouraging, they were encouraging people to kind of figure out how a game works by giving you a little bit of a clue and then quizzing you on the remainder. That's kind of neat. Oh good, that's over my head. Uh-oh. Next time we hit it twice. I really like the look of this place. Okay. No! Gotta go around again. There we go. Here we are. So, we're back to where we started. I was wondering if these respawn. They do not.